Welcome to The Subtle Way. I'm your host, Anna Barker. I'm an energy medicine practitioner and yoga instructor, and I'm so glad you're here and joining me for this experience. This is a space to explore the world of subtle energies, the unseen forces that shape our physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual lives. And we're going to dive into the ancient wisdom, modern energy practices, and everything in between, with the intention of bringing more awareness, balance, and vitality into your life. So, whether you're here, you're on a deep healing path, or you're beginning to sense in and feel and want to expand your perception of subtle energies and the world around us, there's a place here for you. So the thing is, these energies aren't as mysterious or inaccessible as they might seem. In fact, subtle energy is something we're swimming in all the time. So, one of the easiest ways to start connecting with our own subtle energy system is actually through the electromagnetic field of our body. So, every single cell of our body has an electromagnetic field, and then every cell is in a different place in the body. So, the electromagnetic field of a cell that is then connected into the bones or the liver or a different organ system, they also have this field and they become part of that. And so there's all these different layers and frequencies going on within the body. And the heart itself has the largest of all the fields. And these are things that have now become measurable. And as we move forward with science, I believe that more and more of the subtle energies that we work with will begin to be discovered and be measurable. But for a time being, there are all sorts of energy systems, different the meridians, we've got the chakras, we've got the nadis, we've got many layers of the auric field. There's a whole world of frequencies and frequency patterns within our own field. And then we're living in the field of the earth, every other field we interact with. And we are connecting on these levels and interacting in the unseen in so many ways all the time. So, if we just focus on a moment the electromagnetic field of the body, so this is part of the auric field. It is one of the most dense parts of the subtle energies within the physical body, and that for that reason, it is quite simple and easy to feel. So, if you just stretch your arms out in front of you, one hand up, one hand down, and then just quickly begin to clasp the fingers back and forth together. So what we're doing is we're literally stimulating the electromagnetic movement within our bodies. And our hands tend to be a space where it's particularly dominant. And then just twist so the hands, so then the opposite one is going up and down for a moment. We're just doing that a few times. And then just give them a little shake, a little rub, make sure they're nice and warm. And then just begin to pull your hands just very slowly apart and just noting the sensation that you feel on the hands and between the hands. And you may begin to feel a bit of sensation and stimulation in the hands already, or this might take a few times, so you can just do a bit more clenching of the fingers. And then when you've got the hands about a foot or so apart, begin to bring them back together again. And you may notice there's a resistance, and the closer you get. So you want to move slowly. You don't want to move too fast, or you won't really notice it, but nice and slow. And you'll begin to feel that push and pull against each other, especially when the hands are nice and close together. You can bring them almost to touching, but not quite, and then pull them apart a little bit. And just going back and forth, and you'll begin to feel those sensations between the hands. And if you've ever played with magnets, putting the south pole and the north pole, and bringing the north and north or south and south, and feeling the different ways which you can play with a magnet and how they repel against each other. So you can begin to feel this same thing in your hands. And if you have some magnets, it can be good to actually just go and play around with that a little bit so you can be reminded of what that sensation feels like and how similar that is, that you can create that sensation between your hands as well. So you're beginning to feel that field, which is electromagnetic, around you. And so there are different layers to our field, which are made up of different sort of frequencies, zones, and there are layers in there that we're not yet have such an easy explanation for. But you can even begin to start to feel your own field. If you kind of mentally instruct yourself of like, I want to feel the arm, the aura of my arm, the electromagnetic field of the arm. You can bring the hand in and begin to feel that. And you may notice as you move your hand through different parts of the body, there will be areas where it might feel a little dense, it might feel completely absent, it might feel thicker, it might feel looser. So you can play and experiment with this a little bit more. Or if you're still having trouble feeling that at all, just keep moving your hands around and coming back and practicing, or rubbing them together to getting nice and warm. And you will eventually begin to start to feel that resistance between the hands. And then as you move through, you can try moving through the hands through the field and notice where different areas feel different. And sometimes there can be areas where the field comes in and it's contracted because there is a lack of energy in that space, or there's something that's stuck. Usually it's depletion, or if there's an area that feels very dense, this is usually because of the stuck energies in that space. So just wanted to share with you how so simple and easy it can be to begin to feel these spaces and begin to feel and connect with our own energies. And so, as we go through the series of this podcast, you will be introduced to more techniques in different ways. And also, like when we're engaged with our hands, we're creating that field and we're having that exchange. And when we move our hands onto different parts of the bodies, it brings energy into that part, it brings blood flow into that space. It helps and soothe the different parts of the body. So we'll go into all the different practices and we'll be looking at and exploring subtle energies from many perspectives and different ways. And I am continuously learning new things and exploring on this path as well. I've only been studying subtle energies in the world for about 15 years, and there are lifetimes of work to be explored within energy medicine in the subtle space. So thank you for joining me. And I am delighted to take you on this journey with me. Thank you.